Welcome back to the Pueblo County Sports Experience. I'm Bellina, Cipriani, and I'm joined with
Eliza.
Tannin Jackson.
All right, let's get started right away this week because this is actually take 2 of this podcast.
Yeah, that has never happened. Y'all will never see the footage of take 1.
Yeah. So this is take 2, but we're going to start off with volleyball with Eli.
First off, might I add, incredible season from our ladies playing volleyball. Made playoffs, won our conference or division, don't know what it's called, but we won that. And then made it into playoffs, but unfortunately did lose. But that first game in playoffs, we played Palisade 3-0.
Yep.
With the sets being 25-20, 27-25, 20, and 25-12.
Yeah, pretty competitive.
In that same game, Eden had 13 kills, Brittany Clementi had 10, and Skylar Lopez had 3 blocks. And then that next game against Stanley Lake went to 5 sets where we unfortunately lost. But not without trying to win.
Yeah.
The set scores were 12-25, 25-23, 12-25, 25-17, and 13-5.
Yeah, that's so competitive.
So an insanely close matchup.
Yeah, just back and forth.
Yeah, great game. And then Eden Johnson had 13 kills in that game. So,
she's crazy. She's nuts.
She's an amazing player. And luckily a junior, so she'll be here for one more year.
Yeah.
But just taking a step back and looking over this whole season, started off a little slow, uphill battle.
Yes.
And then went on a hot streak and just kept rattling off wins.
Yeah.
And proved to be the best volleyball team in the city of Pueblo after they won their
Yeah, against teams that were considered better than us too.
Yeah.
Especially early on, we had a close game against East where they killed us.
Yes.
And then we eventually came back and we swept them respectfully. Great team, and always a close game against East.
That was a good game.
And then overall, Bryn Clementi ended up being first in serving aces. You've heard her name throughout this whole year on this podcast. She's won a Player of the Week.
She has.
And then she also was up there in assists with 346.
Golly!
Yeah, she's an amazing player, and I'm pretty sure she's a sophomore.
She's a freshman.
She's a freshman. Sorry, freshman. So she'll continue to put up amazing numbers and continue to grow as her high school career continues. And then Eden Johnson was first in 4A South Central with 248 kills. Again, an amazing player. And then Sophia Howes was third in 4A South Central for a hitting percentage of .274.
Yeah, she's good too.
So an incredible year. I can't overstate it enough for this group of ladies. Great, just a great overall year. So to them, great job. And then to our seniors, thank you for an incredible high school career and continuing to give your heart and soul to this team. And we wish you nothing but the best as you continue your career. And then we hope to see the juniors and underclassmen step up into next year and continue to prove that they are an amazing volleyball team. So round of applause to them.
Yeah.
W.
But that being said, if no one else has anything to add on to volleyball.
Yeah, no, they just had a good season.
They did.
I think you covered everything.
I think you did a stellar job.
I appreciate that, Tannin. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. But with that being said, I'm going to my stellar co-host, Jan Jackson with gymnastics.
On to gymnastics and cheer and dance. So covering a lot of sports here. I know you're excited for that though. So first, gymnastics. They placed 6th at state overall. So pretty good. So shout out to them. We also need to shout out our cheer and dance team because their competitive seasons have just started and they're actually off to an incredible start. So at regionals, our cheer team was able to get a bid to nationals, which will allow them, they'll go to Florida.
Yeah, they'll go to
this
Florida.
This spring. So yeah, Florida, I'm pretty sure they always perform well at,
they do pretty good
at nationals. And so, shout out to them. I'm happy for them. The other side, our dance team has been doing just as incredible. Their first competition on November 1st, they were able to place first in the following, all right? Stay with me now. Large intermediate pom, large intermediate jazz. They placed 4th in game day, and 1st in freshman pom. So my notes say, which was a great way to start off. It was an amazing way to start off. So, shout outs to them. So then they had SEL on November 14th, and then regionals on the 15th. So at SEL, they placed 1st in pom. At UDA, which is regionals. They placed first again in Palm and Jazz, and then 5th in game day. And then JV placed first in Palm SEL, and then 13th in JV Palm at UDA. So basically, JV and varsity were popping off. So yeah, shout out to them because they're going crazy.
Great performance.
Yeah, that's good.
They continue to always be pretty good in that field competitively.
Yes.
And then always seeing them on our football game days, they're always doing a great job getting the Rowdies involved.
Yes, I agree. And so, shout out to them. They're doing amazing. So, speaking of them actually supporting us, come support them because they are going to be doing their showcase this Friday, the 21st, at County.
In our backyard.
Here, yes, in our field, in our home turf. They're going to be here. So, the doors open at 4, and the first team goes on at 5.
Yeah.
So, show up because they support us for, pretty much everything. So, come support them because they honestly deserve it. They honestly do deserve it.
And
So-
we know you guys can. The Rowdies, as you guys have known.
Yeah.
We're on the Chieftain for voting
Good segue
for the
into the
student-
Rowdies.
For the student section. So in this segment, Pueblo County Rowdies won and got 49.62% of the votes, which was 15,000 more than second place at 25%. So the Rowdies always showing up and getting the respect from everyone else and their peers for being a great student section. And they're always performing well.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But, and that being said with the Rowdies, back to gymnastics if you have anything else to talk about.
No, they're just doing an amazing job. All the teams, gymnastics, dance, and cheer, all phenomenal. They've been phenomenal all season, so it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. So, yeah, shout-outs to everybody on the team. They've all been doing great. That's all I have to say. So we're going to be moving on to – we're going to actually talk about hockey a little bit, which is upcoming. But we're going to talk about that a little bit with the SIP.
Yeah, so hockey has their first game on November 22nd. They will play Aspen at home at the Pueblo Ice Arena at 2:30. So if you want something to do on Saturday, you should go check out that game. But if you're not able to make it, we're actually going to be live streaming this game, and I will be commentating it. And, yeah, it should be a pretty good game, so go check it out. Other than that, that's our only winter sport that's kind of started. But I know that swim has tryouts this week. It's their first official week of practice, and I think Eli has some stuff to say about basketball.
And basketball tryouts are starting today, Monday, November 17th.
Yeah, I'll be showing up.
Go ball out. But, just excited for another basketball year. Me and Tannin going to be commentating some of that.
That's going to be so
Dynamic duo. Dynamic. But, yeah, tryouts today, so show up if you want to try out for the team. Go ball out. But that's it for tryouts. I think most of our winter sports are in the tryout period. And then we'll be getting games pretty soon and talking about it as the fall sports have finally ended. Honestly. So, but yeah, you have anything else to cover for hockey?
No, that's it. They just have their first game, and
Sweet. Well, that being said, we're getting into our last sport, football.
Yep.
And before I get started, congratulations to them for making playoffs.
Yes. Deserved. Well deserved.
Deserved. A great year. First time we have made playoffs in 4 years. So congratulations to the football team.
Yes.
Well deserved.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we did lose in the first round of our playoff by a pretty wide margin, 47-0. They did try really hard, and we played in a phenomenal opponent in Roosevelt. They're just great all around.
You said Bellina was saying that Roosevelt was moving up
they're
a
going to move
division?
up to 4A next year.
Yeah, so what the...
We're playing near
basically
4A
a 4A school.
So just all, best wishes to Roosevelt. They're doing good.
Yeah.
If County was to lose to anyone, I'd want it to be a very good team that can go far.
I agree.
So congratulations to Roosevelt for moving on. And then congrats to Pueblo County for just an amazing year. They went 7-4, their best record in quite a while now, half a decade. So just congratulations to them. And I know Bellina went up to the game on the Rowdies bus, so you'll hear from her right now about that experience.
How was that?
So that was actually pretty cool. I thought it was a really fun opportunity, and I'm really grateful for the donors who gave the money to us to be able to do that.
Shout out to the donors, but that was the most professional way I've heard anybody say that was fun, bro.
And it was really fun. The bus ride up That was interesting. It turned what's supposed to be a 2.5-hour drive into 3.5 hours, which it was a really long drive.
W.
But once we got to the game, it was really fun. I had a great time there, and their stadium's really cool. It's kind of like CSUP, so it has like the grass on the side.
Oh, that's cool.
And their lights flash when they score a touchdown. So that's pretty cool. Like they would like do a whole like.
So the lights were flashing a lot.
Super cool.
Yeah, they were. But
Sorry.
yeah, it was super cool. And honestly, I feel like this is kind of bad in a way, but as the team started losing more, the Rowdies were getting more hype. Like we were still yelling.
Nice.
We had like a minute left. There was no way we were gonna come back, and we were like still chanting, and it was kind of fun. And yeah, honestly, the bus ride back was way more hype than on the way there, but that's okay. But overall, I'm really glad I went, and it was a ton of fun. But yeah.
Well, that's great. And again, showing why the Rowdies
won
the student vote.
Yes.
Continuing to show out and going 3.5-hour journey to support our football team.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's unheard of.
In Denver traffic.
And Denver
traffic.
And Springs traffic. If y'all are
Springs is so bad.
I was about to say, if y'all know
Springs
ball,
is probably worse than
if
Denver.
y'all know ball,
Springs
Springs is terrible.
Actually,
Springs is horrible. I'm gonna be honest. I think it might be worse than Denver.
Might be
a hot take.
It's because of the construction in Springs that makes it so much worse.
I swear
than
there's
Denver.
just like the roads aren't built for the like amount of people in Springs.
No, definitely not.
Springs has shot up in population to the point where it's like they need to redo the roads, but they can't because they use them so much.
Yeah. Economic podcast. Anyway.
Economic. But continuing with football. An incredible year. There's a few standout players. Brady Ware.
Yes.
He was one of our first 1,000-yard rushers in nearly half a decade.
Crazy, by the way. That is insane.
And just stepping in and filling the role of Patrick Noga, who is a respected player in the building.
Big shoes to fill.
Huge shoes to fill. And he met those shoes and then surpassed them.
Met those shoes. That is a bar.
With nearly 600 more yards rushing than Patrick Noga.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And he was up there in 3A in touchdowns and rushing yards. And then he added on the receiving end with, I think, nearly 400 receiving yards. And then nearly 2,000 total scrimmage yards.
Yeah.
So great job to Brady. Shout out to him. And then Luca Tucci, who led 3A in sacks by a pretty wide margin. The second closest was Ezra Matez of Pueblo Central with 12.5, and Luca had 6.5. And then Luca was third in all of Colorado, which is insane for a small 3A school. So great job to Luca. And then I know a few others like Fonzie interceptions on the defensive end. Brody Harrison being the lead quarterback, a leader in that locker room.
Yes.
And there's seniors like Brody Kidd, Johnny Chacon. Just a great overall team filled with a lot of leadership from the seniors, a lot of talent coming in from the junior side and stepping up. Like Dwan Spence, I have mentioned him a lot of times.
Yeah, I'm honestly excited for next season because the step up from junior to senior, I feel like is honestly big.
Me too. I think so. We're gonna need a lot of people to step up, but I'm excited to see it.
I think our team is gonna be pretty good next year.
Yeah,
better than this year, which is crazy because our team was insane this year.
Yeah,
so.
I'm excited.
Well, you'll be able to get some insight into that on your interview that you have this week with the football team.
Which interview coming soon.
Yes.
Hopefully it gets edited faster. Bellina.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Me and Eli, who don't do anything but
pointing all the blame.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So interview. I'm filming it this Wednesday, the 19th.
Yep.
And that'll be coming shortly. And just getting the insight into this year, the behind the scenes, just figuring out what made this team so successful, and just the love that went behind that, and then hopefully an insight into the future. Yeah. But that being said, if any of you guys have anything to add on.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, shout out to the football team, man, honestly.
Yeah, an incredible year on both sides of the ball. Juniors and sophomores and freshmen just continuing to step up into that locker room and fill those shoes that the seniors are leaving.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the seniors, large crowd of you. Glad you guys made playoffs to end out your senior year.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly the way you wanted to, but still so much love that went behind it. And then leading the state in numerous statistics here. So just congratulations to y'all. And I wish nothing but the best in your futures.
Yeah.
So, round of applause to our football team.
And now,
the moment you've been waiting for. The moment that Tannin and Bellina despise, but I love.
I'm low-key excited for this one.
Yeah, like
instead.
this one's a little bit better. It's still, yeah.
Just a little bit. Tannin likes it a bit more. Bellina's like, and I love it. I love this segment. But that being said, a little change up. Player of the Year, Fall Sports Edition.
Yep.
Yep.
Player of the season. Player of the season. So, in the past, we awarded like an award to every
Yeah,
player.
it was like a 2-part episode.
It was long.
Yeah.
And like I did like it because like I do think it gave like everybody recognition.
Mhm. And there was discussions that happened.
Yeah,
but
and
yeah.
that was also fun.
Yeah.
But like, bro, like ain't nobody sitting through that. Like it's like when you're, when you're like in middle school and you have to go to award ceremonies and you're just like hearing them rattle off names forever. That's what it feels like. So, little change up. Sorry to dog on the podcast.
This was
but-
Eli's idea too.
and I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Player of the season. So somebody who just was dominated, they were just stood up above the rest. So, honestly, let's have Eli start us off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls.
the unstoppable force who turned every snap into a nightmare for offenses across the field.
Yeah.
With dominant sacks,
Sacks.
relentless pressure, and
Pressure.
leadership that defined the entire defensive unit. He didn't just play the game. He owned it.
Mm.
Give me Luca Tucci for a seasoned player.
All right.
Luca
all right.
Tucci.
I gave him much recognition previously. 16 and a half sacks,
Third
leading
in state.
3A, and
And
up there for the whole state.
He hasn't got Player of the Week, huh?
I
didn't
don't
get one.
know
think
if
he
he
has.
has.
I don't think
so.
He has been nominated numerous times, and if he has
Yeah.
gotten it, it's been with Brady. But Luca, an absolute
Beast.
beast. There we go. That's the word. That's the word.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tannin.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah, but that's not to discredit anyone else. Brady Ware,
Brady
I
Ware,
was also
Brody
considering
Harrison.
him. Already told him of the fantastic season
Yeah,
that
they've
he's had
they've
so
done amazing.
far. And then numerous other players on the football field. DeJuan Spence had an incredible year.
Yes.
Fonzie on the defensive end at corner. Great year.
Yes. They did
But
great.
right now, I'm giving Luca Tucci his flowers.
Ooh,
'cause-
bars.
A dominant year so far. So, yeah.
I agree. I like that. I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, I
actually.
do. I like it too.
I feel like I gotta go next. I feel like the aura in the room is just calling to me. So now, there are There are a lot of players that could get this award, right? Bryn Clementi, star of the volleyball team, freshman, leading the state in aces. Honestly, I feel like there's a strong case for Eden Johnson too,
Yeah.
with the amount of kills that she
Agreed.
gets.
I agree.
Pretty like a bunch of football players could get it. We just listed their names. Let's go one more time. Brady Ware, Brody Harrison,
Luca Tucci.
and Luca Tucci. They could all probably win
Yeah.
it, right? So like because they've all done amazing. So who do I want to win? Who do I think has stood up above the rest? I'm gonna be honest here. Going into this, I had my sights set on a certain name, but low key, after thinking it over, I'm gonna go with Brady Ware as player. No, look, I know this might sound a little crazy.
It's
right?
not crazy.
But okay. Was Bryn crazy? I was thinking I was gonna pick Bryn, and she
Yeah.
is crazy, but I feel like she's nuts as a player. Don't get it wrong. Don't take this the wrong way. But I feel like as who's made the biggest effect on the field.
I see it.
I don't feel like Bryn hasn't made as big of as big of effect as Brady Ware has. I mean, 1,000 yards.
1,300 plus a bunch of other yards. Almost 2,000 scrimmage yards.
Brother, those are some crazy numbers. I hate to glaze, but the glaze is kind of deserved. So honestly, I'm kind of switching up here. I didn't think I was gonna pick him, but I think Brady Ware should get this award.
I agree with that pick. That's a fantastic pick.
That is my pick. Maybe a little. That's a little. I'm shocked to myself. I'm surprised that I'm even speaking these words. But honestly, that is my pick.
Yeah.
So
Great
Okay.
pick.
the SIP is gonna have our final vote.
All right, so both Tannin and Eli have really good points here. Those were solid. I was going to go with Bryn, which is kind of what me and Tannin talked about before
Yes.
this episode started. I was going to go with Bryn. We've talked about her all season.
True.
She is first in 4A for aces as a freshman, which is incredible.
Insane.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
there's a lot of points to her just as a really good player, but I agree that she definitely had an effect on the team. But I feel like you're right in both Luca and Brady for what you said. I personally think I'm going to go with Luca for just being number one in sacks. So we're going to go with Luca. But Bryn, that was a rough choice. I'm also trying to save Eliza from having to pick her own person because we were going to have 3 different people there.
That's crazy.
So, honestly, any of those players could have got it.
I agree.
I
There's so
agree.
many.
I think that's our like top 3 right now.
Yeah.
Is Luca, Brady, and Bryn. All incredible players. Who Brady and Bryn will continue to do great things as they have not reached their senior year.
Yeah, Bryn has so much more time.
Dude.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what she's going to do the next
And I
2
think
years.
she's going to be an incredible player. And then Luca Tucci, a senior. I think that might have swayed my vote being
yeah,
like, hey,
I
he's a
agree.
senior, final year send-off,
True.
going out there.
True.
Yep.
And I forgot to mention this. Last year, he was a starting corner.
Really?
So he switched positions.
That's crazy.
And then dominated at that position.
W.
So
Shout out to him. Wow.
shout out to Luca Tucci. Shout out to the rest of the players.
Oh, yeah, for
Great.
sure.
And I might add, we didn't talk about soccer all that much, but Chris Hildebrandt did
Oh,
win
yeah,
Defensive
I
Player
forgot
of
to
the Year.
mention. So, Chris Hildebrand, my boy, won Defensive Player of the Year. Well deserved, especially because he
Great
didn't even play defense that much. He was striker for like the last half of the season. So, that's just crazy that he still won Defensive Player of the Year.
But with that being said, Luca Tucci, our season award winner, shout out to him, and rightfully deserved. Great player with a great season.
Yes, I agree. So, shout out to Luca Tucci for Player of the Season.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause. Okay.
Bro, if I won Player of the Season, bro, I'd be basking in that glory, bro. That's tough.
Tannin orders a shirt that says Player of the Season, just walks around the hallways.
This has Luca Tucci's face on it. Holy glaze. Anyway, I think that's it.
Yeah, you want to hit us with the outro?
You know I do. All right. Thank you all for watching. I say it all the time. I glaze all y'all so much, but seriously, thank you. The views, watching people watch the podcast, actually makes my day, bro.
You watch people watch
no,
the podcast?
but okay, when I see
hearing about it.
when I see the numbers go up, when I see the number of views, I'm like, wow, those are 80 or however many people with lives watched the podcast. My friends actually I didn't think people actually watched it. I'm gonna be honest, until people were like, oh yeah, I watched that in class, or oh, I listened to it on my drive to school. I'm like, for real? That's tough. So if y'all are listening, thank you so much. I appreciate it. These two appreciate it.
Thank you for just listening to us talk.
Yeah.
So
for real, we yap, and thank you to everybody behind the screen.
Eliza.
Eliza appreciates it. Mr. Pacheco, we love y'all. Seriously appreciate it. So thank y'all. Can't say it enough. But that is going to be it for the fall season.
Yeah.
And so heading into the winter season, lots of big things to look out for. We're going to be posting player interviews, podcasts. Stay tuned for all that because the PCSN network, bro. Ooh, it just gets better, baby. All right.
we're booming.
We are booming. So thank you all again. But that is all from me. My name's Tannin Jackson. I'm joined here with
Eli Lewis
and
Bellina Cipriani.
And that is it from us heading into this fall season. Hit us with the outro music. Thank you all for watching.
Bye.